Hello, good afternoon and welcome to New Forest Morphs. It's here myself, here Paul, on my own. Jared is away this weekend. My wife Mandy and Emily have gone to see my sons, and she phoned me up and I've been fishing with a friend of mine from Italy. So that's why I'm wearing my official fishing top. She said there's 2 clutches of eggs. So I've come away from my fishing to set up these 2 clutches. It's clutch 23, which is born on the 10th of May 24. And that would be Pringle, who's our F&F line Calico girl, and we put to her Apollo, our pastel banana orange dream boy, who's very affectionate, and we'll see what she's sitting on in a minute. And then we've got another clutch that's come, Money Penny, who's our double het pastel double het Hypo Pied girl, proven breeder, and she had 2 boys. The first one was Samo, the original pairing, which is a fire pastel known as a firefly, double het Hypo Pied. And then her son Archie, locked later in the day. He's a visual hypo, so that will increase our chances of getting more hypos, and we think he's got the pied markings, so we think even though he's 66% het for pied, we think he is 100% because he's got the markings. So we're hoping that he's captured the clutch there. So why don't we start with clutch 23, the Calico girl. She has given us eggs 2 years ago. Unfortunately they were slugs and 1 or 2 infertile eggs. I'm not sure whether she's done much better this time, but I'll show you the clutch and then we'll lift them and put them in the egg box, and then we'll move on to 24, clutch 24, and then we will put them in the incubator, and I'll clean the animals later. So let's start with the Calico girl and let's see how she's doing. So she's over here, her name's Pringle. So I'll just lift her onto the table. So let's just put her here. There she is, very defensive. She's got a couple of good eggs, and I think she's got quite a few slugs, so she's not the most fertile of girls, but let's hope that the 2 eggs that she's given us do look good. So what I'll do is I will show you the footage. There you go, and there she is, and you can see that she's sitting on a couple of good eggs and a couple of slugs. She is quite striky, so I will need the tissue to do this, and I'll just zoom in and show you. There she is, and we'll check to make sure that she's okay, and we'll lift her from her clutch. So let's just put this back up here and let's see whether we can do that. Filming on my own and also lifting on my own is not the easiest, but we'll do the best we can. And let's just go in here. Oh girl, she's very defensive, see? She's in strike mode, so I need to just get her off her defensive mode and then put her over here. And she's given me 2 good eggs and the rest are slugs, so not the best clutch in the world. So we'll just put her there for a second and then we'll show you what we've got here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 slugs, which is not good, the most infertile girl so far. I've got a small egg box for the 2 big eggs. She's put all her energy into the 2 big eggs, so we'll put those in, and then we'll go 1, and then we'll go 2, and you can see that she's showing an interest in her clutch. Now I'll put a little, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a couple of straws either side, so we've got 2 good eggs here, but if I can put them in so that they both prop each other up, 1 and then 2, I think they're good to go, and then we can put those in the incubator. I should actually candle them first, so let me get my light off and then we can candle them. Right, it's the first time I've had to film by myself for a while, so I'm hoping that she's going to be okay and we'll get her back into her rub and give her a bath eventually. Oh, she's coming up towards me now. So she's very much defensive. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just protect her. Come on, girl. See, she's attacked the thing there. So you can see she's very, very defensive. Come on, go down. Go down. Go down. Go down. And then I'm going to just put the cover on her. So maybe with a bit of coverage she'll be a lot better. And now it gives me the opportunity to candle. See if we've got some veins on here. Let's get the light working. Hopefully they are good. So that one has got good veins, which is what we need. So I can see some veins and an embryo, which is what we want. And then let's check this one. This one's lighter. So I think she may have rolled them. Let me see if I can get them upright in the right way. I normally put them as they lay, but I might have to just adjust them a little bit. See if we can find any veins. Maybe just a little bit more. Let's see. I think the veins are on the side there. This one looks more promising. So we'll put them in the incubator and then we'll get the lid on those, so just bear with me. Using one hand to film and one hand to set these up. So I have a space in the small incubator over there which I'm going to put them in. I'm just going to try to seal this with one hand, which I think I've done. And let's put these into the incubator. And I've put a label on there, so this is clutch 23. And we'll put them in here. There we go. Clutch 23. Just have to seal the box. And this is what's nice about these small baby incubators, is they are dinky and they can take small clutches, and that's why I like them. This is the first incubator that Jared bought 5 years ago when he set up the hobby, and we've kept it, and it's coming very useful this year because we've had so many clutches. It holds the temperatures really well and it produces really good babies, so that's all good news. Now let's get the slugs. We'll keep the slugs for Jim, and then we will get the girl back into her rub. Hopefully she can then move on to Money Penny. So just bear with me a second. Let's get these slugs into storage. It's a shame she put such a lot of effort in, but producing so many slugs, and she's done this to us several times over. So see all the shed skins that I'm keeping for Jim as well. But he'll be delighted to be able to show his museum all these slugs, and then you've got those. So let's get this girl back into her rub, and then we'll have a look at the Hypo girl, the double hit Hypo. Now this is going to be tricky. Hopefully we can do this without getting bitten. So not going to be easy. I'm just going to set the camera up here and hopefully you can see what's going on. There we go. And again, I'll use the tissue to avoid getting bitten. She's going to give her a bath later. Right, just calm down. Calm down. That's it, calm down. Good girl, good girl. We'll get her back in here. Go into her hide. Okay, just stay there. And then we can slip her back. Let her relax for a bit, and then we'll give her a bath out off camera. That goes back in there. Well done, Pringle. You can see all the eggs, very similar to the previous one. But she doesn't produce very fertile clutches. But this girl here, which is Money Penny, does give us a lot of good clutches, and you'll see her in here. It's a big clutch. There she is, just look at her. She's got her eggs all over the place. So now we're going to actually carefully lift her, and we'll get her into the rub system here, which I've got here. So we'll put her in here, and then we'll lift the clutch. And again, I'm going to need 2 hands for this, so we'll just put the camera there a second. I try to do this and lift the clutch. Ah, good girl, Moneypenny. You can let me come in? There you go, you've given us a lovely big clutch here. It's a beautiful clutch. Well done, girl, well done. I'll just check to make sure that she's empty. Put her in here. In you go. There we go, there's Moneypenny. Just let her sit there for a while. And then you can see how many eggs we've got here. Let's count up the eggs. She's spread a couple of them, but let's count them up. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 eggs. So there was 9 this morning, now we've got 11. So I think we'll candle these, and hopefully the chances of getting a Hypo Pied have just gone up because of the big clutch that she's given us. And no slugs, so let's just check to see if we've got strong veins, 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 strong veins. Strong veins, strong veins, strong veins. So I think everything looks good. 11 good eggs. Right, we can now put the light back on, and then we can set these up, and then we will then update the clutch card. So Moneypenny's done this round. I knew she was a big girl. Just have to put the lights back on so we can see what we're doing. That's better. And let's set this clutch up. So you can see it's a lovely big healthy clutch. We just got to get the right orientation, and everything is most important. So what I've got here is I've got a prepared egg box with some straws to support. So what we'll do is Moneypenny is just nice and safe in the rub. So if I now put this up to here, we can use that as our... I knew we needed a big egg box because I knew she was going to give us a big clutch. 11 eggs is pretty respectable for a second time mum. So we can now put them all in here. And I've got the main clutch to lift. So I think the key is to lift the main clutch first and see whether they will stick together, and that can be our central point. So what I'm going to do is just put the camera here a second, and then I'll come back to the camera in a second. Let's see if we can lift these up without taking up too much paper. And there's a nice cluster here. So there we go. We'll lift these into the egg box. And I've got a nice deep egg box which allows for big towers. And now we can see what we've got so far. Isn't that beautiful? And then there's another 4. There's 7 together, and there's 4 more here. Now the key is to put these in the right position so we can build them up. So we can put 1 in here. If I just move them, orientate them diagonally, and then I think with a straw we can put the straw in to support that side, like that. And then we have another one which can come in this side. And we have another one that can come in this side. And I think we'll just put a couple of straws in there. So this straw can come in here. Gives it a little bit of support. This straw can come in here. More support. So it stops them from rolling over. And then the last egg is over here. Now you can see where it laid on the paper, so I'm going to just put that one into this zone here, like that. And again, I'm going to prop that up with another straw. So we'll go green. Now in theory I want to move these slightly. I'm going to just move them slightly, get them orientated a bit better. So you have to just twig this a little bit. If I can just get that in there, that's good. Move that egg into there. I can prop that one up. I'm trying to keep at least, if I can, a good 10 centimeters away from the edge, and then we can move these over a little bit. This one can come over there, and I think we've got a beautiful clutch set up now, which is all supported. 11 beautiful eggs. So there we go. And we'll get those into the incubator. So I'd like to thank you all for watching. Now I will get these into the incubator first, because I've got to show you there's another girl that's going to give us a clutch. So we've got 13 more eggs. That takes us to 153 for the season. That are good. And we'll just clip those in. And that's going to be clutch number 24. We put a label on there. And then we'll get these into the incubator. And then I'll do that in a second. I just want to show you what's going on with our dreamsicle girl, because her tail is in the center of her nesting area, and she's going to give us a clutch pretty soon. So let's have a look at and see where she is. See how she's put her tail into the center? That's in preparation to give us a clutch, so she won't be long behind these other girls. So that takes us to clutch number 24. And then the other thing I've done is to make space on the incubator. For the first time I've put a clutch with 2 babies who are still in the egg. I wonder if they're still in there now. They've all come out, so there's one of our baby clutches all good. And I've got clutch 6. I think these are the ones that were in 3 eggs. I want to see if they've come out, but you can see one of them's come out. So when you run out of incubation space, you can actually lift the babies in the eggs, put them on the hot spot, and they'll come out when they're ready. And you can see there's 3 egg shells there on that clutch number 6. So that's really good. So lots going on there. And it looks like they're beautiful snakes. I'll just push those back in. And clutch number 4 is in the middle of a shed. So I'll show you what's going on there. Look how beautiful these are. And one of them's starting to shed now. I think one of them has shed, but there's that beautiful clown. So we won't disturb them, we'll leave them in peace on that one. So the clutches are now starting to do well, and these ones here look like they are working their way through shedding. But let me just show you how beautiful these are. Look at that crazy looking clown. There's lots of lovely clowns in here. They're really beautiful. You can see they're striking patterns to them, and that's without them being out of shed yet. When they come out of shed, I'll give you a proper update. Well, the temperatures are getting warm at the moment. So May the 10th, it's all warming up here, and as it's warming up, all these girls are ready to download their eggs on us. So I'd like to say thank you so much for watching. We shall see you next time. Hopefully Jared will be back in the facility and we'll give you another update next week. Have a lovely, enjoyable weekend, and we shall see you again next week. Take care for now. Bye bye for now.